I'm sure you are glad it's the weekend. These weeks have been busy.
It's been hectic.
I mean, the meetings. I've just been in meetings.
Showing like this.
Okay.
But we need music.
Is Carmen directing us?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Ashley?
I think there'll be music.
Thank you. You may all be seated.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, honorable guests. And good afternoon, colleagues. It's already afternoon, yeah. So I welcome you all to this oath-taking ceremony for the Department of Psychology. You cannot hear.
Yeah, put it on over here. Put it on.
Okay, I will start again. Good afternoon, honorable guests. Good afternoon, colleagues, and good afternoon, candidates. And welcome you to the oath-taking ceremony for the Department of Psychology. It is with great honor and excitement that I welcome you to this function. And you may be aware that we have never done this before as a department, also as psychology in the country. And this is indeed a exciting moment, if I can put it that way. Okay. So I have memories of myself joining the profession many years ago, and I feel that we should have actually gone through the process because it just makes you realize how much you're taking on as a psychology professional. So today is about you though, and we are welcoming you to the profession of psychology. We are celebrating your successes that you have gotten up to this far, and it's also through the support that you have received from family, from friends, from everyone. And we are thankful for that support that you have received. So what we're going to do according to the proceedings for today is that we're going to invite speakers. On my left, it's Professor Yasin Ali. On my right, it's Professor Soji. It is an honor for me to welcome and introduce Prof. Ali as the first speaker for today. He is not speaking to us as a member of staff, but speaking to us as the Director for Learning and Teaching. So Prof. Ali has studied in prestigious universities. he has a research psychology expertise as well as research counseling, registered counseling expertise. In terms of his research interests, he is interested in culture, mental health, gender, and sexuality. So let's welcome Prof. Ali.
Okay, good afternoon to my colleagues, first and foremost, to the Director of School, Professor Soji, thank you for joining us. To the HOD, Prof. Ngobositole, our Deputy HOD, Dr. Lambert. To those of us, or those of you joining us online, I make direct eye contact with you, welcome. Members of EXCO, members of FMC, yes, this is being streamed online, so those of you who are really well dressed, I thank you for taking the time to do that. A very warm welcome to all of you, and especially to our professionally training students. Today we have students here from the psychometry program, from the M1 clinical and counseling program, and then also from students in the M2 and ComServe years. So truly we are blessed to be faced with or having our students in the same space at the same time, and maybe just give yourselves a round of applause for making it this far in psychology. To our students, you are beginning your journey towards becoming a psychological professional whose functions and needs are vital in South Africa. It is at this point that I want to raise attention to just the centrality and the central role that you play as a psychological professional. In light of COVID-19, gender-based violence, poverty, socioeconomic deprivation, and other social ills that the country faces, we need you. We really do need you. But while we do at this point consider you to be a novice or developing a training student, remember the role that you play in terms of ethics, in terms of the values and the morality that you display to yourself and your clients needs to be at an expert level, which is why I believe these oath-taking or pledge ceremonies are so important. They just, as a ritual, assist us in reinvigorating and reminding ourselves about the important role we play, not just towards knowledge acquisition, but the practical implementation of that in very ethical ways. So without taking up much time, again, just to emphasize what Prof. Sitole stated, the oath-taking ceremonies, these pledges, are the first for the Faculty of Health Sciences, and indeed for psychology this is novel. So bask in the glory of knowing you are a part of the first few in the country who is embarking on this journey. And of course it's going to be, it's going to be all over social media. So enjoy the rest of the proceedings and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Prof. Ali, for the words of wisdom that you've just given us. I would like to introduce Professor Soji. She is the Director of the School of Behavioral and Life Sciences. In case you didn't know, psychology belongs to that school. And she has qualifications in the social development sector. And she has an interest in qualitative research, in case you want to follow her. Then she has also an interest in health and well-being, and we have seen her intervene in those sectors, and also for staff members, you can also engage with her on those topics. Over to you, Prof. Soji.
Thank you so much. So I just heard that you the first group, you the first group to do the pledge. So I can test you, hey? I want to ask you questions about the research paradigm.
Ooh.
Can I? Which one? Oh, you know there's many of them. So I want to first greet the staff of the department, first the HOD of the department, the Director of the Learning and Teaching in our faculty, the Deputy HOD, the senior staff members of the Psychology department, and staff of the faculty, EXCO, as well as the students. It is my great pleasure to be part of this groundbreaking event. It's a very important event in the life of a student who is in a professional program. Today, as you are undertaking an oath, we want you to remember that you are making a public declaration. You are making a public declaration to abide by the values and the ethics of your discipline. At the heart of the Nelson Mandela University's Vision 2030 is the message that Mandela University positions itself to be in service of society. What does it mean for you as a psychology graduate, as a professional in training? When we speak about issues of serving others, when we speak about issues of citizenship, what are they meaning for you as a psychologist in training? It therefore means that you are entering into a social contract with yourselves first, to be guided by your own values, because we all have our own values. But most importantly, it's asking us to be able to commit to act in ethical ways as we serve humanity. You are entering into this social contract with the communities that you'll be serving. It requires you to be a socially aware graduate, which is one of the graduate attributes that we strive for. We want you to develop critical consciousness. We want you to be aware of what is happening around you. We live in society that is facing deep-rooted inequalities. What is going to be your role in fighting against that? It requires you to have that ability to be able to act in ways that are going to challenge injustices of the past, to be the agents of change. Are you ready to be those agents of change? It requires you to always, at all times, abide by the values of the faculty that are professionalism, excellence, integrity, as well as resilient wellness among the few values of the faculty. So we want you to wear the social justice lenses as you fight for the rights of those in the environment that are being oppressed. Because you can never say you are a psychologist if you are not going to be willing to fight for the voiceless. So as you're pledging today, I want you to ask yourselves the question, who do I want to be in society? What contribution do I want to make? For the fact that you are a Mandela graduate, we have an example of our previous former president, Nelson Mandela, who fought for humanity. So I want to end by saying congratulations. Please enjoy this moment and also take it seriously. As you're pledging, reflect a lot on it. I want to thank the academic staff of the department for the role that they have played in terms of developing you and contributing to your own development. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prof. Soji, for the words that you've put through to us and to the candidates that are going to take the pledges today. What I can take out from the message that you have spoken about is being ethical. Now, being ethical means that you are supposed to be a psychologist even when you are not in the consultation board.
You want me to go to the front? So yeah, you can stand here on the side if you'd like to. Might be easier from the front. This is a thick one.
Without further ado, I would now call upon Dr. Ferguson to come and
lead just for the live stream, but we switched through live. Okay. Thank you.
Hi everyone. I think it's the psychometry students first that it's my pleasure to take you through your oath. So can the psychometry students please stand? You should have the wording in front of you. Okay. And I'd like you to say the words with me, please. I take this pledge in the presence of my family, friends, educators, and colleagues. As a psychometrist, I am professionally and ethically bound to serve those societies, institutions, and lives with which I interact professionally with integrity, respect, and dignity. I will commit to doing the right thing fairly and consistently and to causing no harm. I will endeavor to be just, to respect individual differences, and to encourage equality and diversity. I will speak out against all wrongs. I will follow in the footsteps of past and current psychometrists and honor them for giving our profession scientific credibility. Through my practice, teaching, training, and supervision, I will share my competence and professionalism with those who are motivated and able to follow in our footsteps. I will engage in activities in which I have acquired a competence that is above reproach. My practice is evidence-based, and I will evaluate all information critically and impartially. I understand that my knowledge and skills give me expert power, and I commit to using that insight openly and responsibly. I am professionally responsible and accountable in all my actions and interactions. As a psychometrist, I strive to live up to the expectations associated with this worthy profession. Therein lies the trust that society places in me and the profession of psychology. May I live and preserve the finest traditions of my profession and long experience the joy of making a true difference. May I always have the courage and the character to uphold these principles sacred from this day forward, as I place myself in the service of humankind. This oath I make solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Thank you. Okay, next we have the Masters M1 students. Can you please stand? Okay, please say with me. I take this oath in the presence of my family, friends, educators, and colleagues. As a psychologist in training, I am professionally and ethically bound to serve those societies, institutions, and lives with which I interact professionally with integrity, respect, and dignity. I will commit to doing the right thing fairly and consistently and to causing no harm. I will endeavor to be just, to respect individual differences, and to encourage equality and diversity. I will speak out against all wrongs. I will follow in the footsteps of past and current psychologists and honor them for giving our profession scientific credibility. Through my practice, teaching, and training, I will share my competence and professionalism with those who are motivated and able to follow in our footsteps. I will engage in activities in which I have acquired a competence that is above reproach. My practice is evidence-based, and I will evaluate all information critically. I understand that my knowledge and skills give me expert power, and I commit to using that insight openly and responsibly. I am professionally responsible and accountable in all my actions and interactions. As a psychologist in training, I strive to live up to the expectations associated with this worthy profession. Therein lies the trust that society places in me and the profession of psychology. May I live and preserve the finest traditions of my profession and experience the joy of making a true difference. May I always have the courage and character to hold these principles sacred from this day forward as I place myself into service of humankind. This oath I make solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Okay, to the interns, please could you stand? Okay, please say with me. I take this oath in the presence of family, friends, educators, and colleagues. As an intern psychologist, my foremost responsibility is to promote the mental health and wellness of humankind. This includes balancing societal prosperity with human flourishing. I am professionally and ethically bound to serve those societies, institutions, and lives with which I interact professionally, with integrity, respect, and dignity. I will commit to doing the right thing fairly and consistently and to causing no harm. I will endeavor to be just, to respect individual differences, and to encourage equality and diversity. I will speak out against all wrongs. I will follow in the footsteps of past and current psychologists and honor them for giving our profession scientific credibility. Through my practice, teaching, and training, I will share my competence and professionalism with those who are motivated and able to follow our footsteps. I will engage in activities in which I have acquired a competence that is above reproach. My practice is evidence-based, and I will evaluate all information critically and impartially. I understand that my knowledge and skills give me expert power, and I commit to using that insight openly and responsibly. I am professionally responsible and accountable in all my actions and interactions. As a psychologist, I strive to live up to the expectations associated with this worthy profession. Therein lies the trust that society places in me and the profession of psychology. May I live and preserve the finest traditions of my profession and long experience the joy of making a true difference. May I always have the courage and character to hold these principles sacred from this day forward as I place myself into the service of humankind. This oath I make solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
How does that feel? On my side, it was amazing. If I am able to see Lisa right now, I would see I would like to thank our distinguished guests and our directors of schools. Thank you for making the time to come through and listen to the oath-taking ceremony that was done today. I'd like to thank the staff members. Ensure that the students are happy and making sure that they receive quality education and ensuring that when they get out of here, they are going to not only endanger the community, but they are going to protect the communities as well. Thank you, Dr. Sandison, for leading the oath-taking ceremony. Yes, it has been a new process for us, but I think we managed it quite well. I would like to congratulate you for being the first group of candidates to take the oath in psychology. I do hope that it will encourage you to display utmost dedication to your clients and also to the profession. We don't want any dropouts. We are very proud of you to have reached this level of training in psychology. And we are very pleased to be witnesses for this historical event. I look forward to working with you in future, and I also look forward to seeing you walk down the graduation that stage. And I know it's going to happen.
Yes.
You also tell yourselves it is going to happen. Okay. So let me end by challenging you to go out there and shine your light. All right. Thank you so much. This is the moment where you are free to take photos if you haven't already, but I have seen some of you already taking the photos. This brings us to the end of the formal oath-taking ceremony. And what's going to happen now is that we have refreshments that are set outside for you, and you are more than welcome to engage with each other and also help yourselves to those refreshments. Then I will ask everyone to stand for the procession as the procession moves.
Do we go first?
Yeah.